Yes,
Oh,
we
we are.
are.
Okay. I know there is a.
Welcome back. This is Abundance Thursdays with myself, Walter Morello, and the great Vinny Smile Chopra. Welcome back, Vinny. Where are you at today?
Hey, brother, right in my backyard today. I've been gone for 6 days, business trip to Phoenix and to Dallas. So it was really, really worthwhile. Both the
And you got
trips.
to meet one of my heroes. You got to meet one of the
Yes.
greatest legends in real estate, Ken McElroy. What was that
And
like meeting him in
McElroy,
person?
it was fantastic. What a genuine guy. I met him, hugged him, shook hands, and of course, he signed his book. I had taken the book that inspired me, ABC of Investing in Real Estate. 20 years back, I came to know that book. And then I gave him signed copies of my three books. So he was able to really fan them and take several pictures and so forth. He got a really good award from Bronson Hill, my buddy also, so that was nice. And Russ, yeah, I think Russell Gray was there too, who is also very big icon in the, apartment industry. And now he's going into teaching the youth and financial things. So that was fantastic to meet some celebrities and to speak on the same stage with the mastermind. That was awesome.
So, Vinny, that is an opportunity that I think very few people can say. You were on the same stage as Ken McElroy, who is the first book that I read that really got my mind into multifamily and helped me understand I could do multifamily was ABC's of Real Estate Investing as well. And
Yes.
I'd owned a couple small multifamilies, but I didn't really think I could scale. I didn't really know what I was doing. I got lucky on those deals, and then I started learning a system for repeating it, and he got me thinking about hundreds of units instead of 3 units at a time. So
Yes.
what an amazing perspective. So today's principle for everybody who is not familiar with Abundance Thursdays, this is something Vinny and I do every Thursday, as long as he's not traveling or I'm not traveling. And last week he was traveling, so we skipped. But we're now doing Wealth Principle 24, the power of stick-to-itiveness. And this is a principle that comes from doing things, from actually uh,
Yeah.
thinking right thoughts, but then actually sticking to those thoughts long enough for them to manifest. Vinny, why is it important for people to stick to things? Why can't you just manifest and then be rich? What's wrong with the universe?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If everybody thought that way, that, hey, I've got aspirations, I've got dreams, I'm going to write them down on the gold sheet and then manifest. I mean, just be thinking about it, but not doing anything about it, and I'll reach my success or be overnight, millionaire overnight. That's just not there. It's just not there at all. I mean, everybody would be rich and wealthy, and they will be traveling and spending time with family, all that. See, we got to really uh, pinpoint where we want to go. Number one, the whys. I say the whys, WHY. If that is not concrete, that's not well thought through, that's not really something that you want to go for. See, that's the main part. If the why is strong enough and we stick to our goals, the passion comes. And the passion, the action, every day working and all that will lead us to manifestation. So what you think you achieve is very common, phrase, right? But it's not just thinking. No, 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 no. You won't just think and accomplish goals. You got to work every day, every moment with passion and stick to it. That's our goal today, right? Our chapter is, sticking with it, being bolder. Like I said, some notes. Maybe you want to read them a little bit, and
Yeah,
then
I'm
we'll
I'm looking
dig
at the
into
notes right now.
those.
Yeah, uh, so everybody who is on the call, book of the week is also The Alchemist, right? Paul Coelho wrote this
Yes.
book, The Alchemist, and Vinny's notes this week actually tie in how stick-to-itiveness and the journey of the alchemist are a component to a person's success. So we discovered your dreams are closer than you think, and we were talking about thinking and how dreams are. You have to have a why, right? It's the power of it. But
Yeah.
Vinny mentioned goals, right? A dream is just a dream. It will never come true until it becomes a goal. And the difference between a dream and a goal is a date. You put a date
Yeah.
on a goal and you put
Yep.
metrics on a goal, and
Yeah.
then you can actually manifest these things. And the only way those metrics and goals, again, because that's all paperwork,
Yeah.
happen is when you start doing the things. And it's about the journey, right? This book
Yeah.
that we're talking about, the Alchemist, was about the journey. So the
Yeah.
journey begins within. You just covered that component. So when Santiago was going through his journey, it came from
Yep.
within. Stick-to-it-iveness. He had to figure it out. Everybody's journey is gonna be different. I said this on somebody the other day was like, "Well, how do I become financially free?" And it's like, "Well, dude, like you're already a millionaire. The fact that you're not financially free is really a function of you're not using your money right. So your equity or
Mm-hmm.
your dollars aren't being used properly to make you financially free. But also, it's your journey, your financial freedom number. Somebody told me yesterday, $70,000 a month was their financial freedom number. I asked
Yeah.
them, "What are you making right now?" And it's about
Yes.
$7,000 a month. So, Vinny, there's a
Oh,
disconnect with the journey, right? So they're
yes.
dreaming over here, but they're living in a
Mm-hmm.
space that doesn't even there's no why. The why wasn't big enough
Yeah.
because they're not living off of 70,000. So why do they really want 70,000? So
Yes.
the
Yes.
the universe aligns when you don't give up. Why does that happen?
It's amazing. I know lots of us have read the books. I know one really made a big difference in my life was The Secret. The Secret by Rhonda Burns. And then I did more research, found out there was some other, the law of attraction, law of manifestation that was written back in 1933 also. The key thing is if your whys are not strong enough, it's not just that, but your intentions of achieving your why should be very clear and very bold. And it's like the radio signal. Let me just say that. Just like if there is a television studio, at towers or whatever, or the radio towers, if the signal is not too strong, lots of people won't really be able to hear that music or that show or watch it. Similarly, law of attraction talks about how intentional you are to what you want to achieve, and is your signal strong enough to reach the cosmo? I say cosmo or the world, because if it's that strong, then the people you don't know yet, they will grab that signal and they will be coming from all which ways to get attracted to you to accomplish your what you want to desire to do. So this is a
I love
huge
this.
thing. Please go ahead.
The universe is attracted to the signal you're putting out, and it's the
Yeah.
people. It's not just putting
Yes.
it to the universe. It's the people that signal attracts who are going to do the work or give you the strategy or
Yes.
give you the idea or give you the capital
Yes.
or give you the connections. I just got off the phone literally right before this call. It was about an hour ago. I got off with a gentleman whose net worth is about 5 million. Much of it
Yep.
is in real estate, not real estate, no real estate. Much of his net
Uh-huh.
worth is in stocks and then in his business. And it was kind of about 50-50 both. And he was saying, I really want, so the stock market dropped today, right? Dropped a lot today, dropped
Yeah. Yeah.
recently. And he said, I want to get out of much of this exposure, but he said, I want to get into real estate because I see the leverage, I see the tax benefits, I see the
Hmm.
opportunity. But he also said, I don't have time because he runs a very successful business. It's worth $4 or $5 million. He said, I don't have the time to go and
Yep.
focus on real estate, but I do want to. This is what he told me. He said, I want to get to $10 million net worth. The
Yep.
first thing he said to me on the call was, I want to get $10 million net worth. And so I'm thinking, well, why? Right? Just like you said, like, well, why is that relevant to you?
Why is that important?
Now I'm hearing his story, his situation, what he's using with his money, and I'm starting to realize, okay, that's a real number for him. He really does. Real estate's the better tool. So your persistent, the next one you have in here, your persistence turns possibilities into reality. His in the universal lining, he got a call with me. He's been on my calls for months, right? Be the bank, the 52 weeks to wealth, and he's watched the Abundance Thursdays. I said, hey, I gotta go because I got a call with Vinny. He's like, oh, cool, I love Abundance Thursdays. So he's like, I understand, and so he was attracted to this real estate solution because he had a different problem, and he said, I still want to get to this $10 million, but
Yes.
clearly the stock market's not going to do that. My business is going to take a long time to manifest that because he has a partner.
Hmm.
So even though the business is at that level, he's still, 50%. So he looked
Hmm.
at real estate and said that actually has the 5 times leverage on it, the 4 times leverage on it that could do it. That's a universe bringing manifestation. Why does persistence turn possibilities into reality? Because yeah, okay, he's connected with me, right? But that doesn't mean anything's going to happen. Doesn't mean he's going to get into a fund. Doesn't mean he's going to do any kind of deals. Why is persistence so necessary? Why is that the next component you put in?
Oh, it's so special.
Because
What you're scared.
Vinny, so we're clear. I feel like you already said stick-to-itiveness, but you're coming back after you've gone and used the universe to manifest. You're coming back and saying, but you have to persist. Why is
You
that?
got to, you got to, you got to. Anything in life, consistency and persistiveness will get you to your goals, nothing else. Stickability, what we are talking today. See, if you just start saying, you know what, I want to do this, I want to do that, but then you don't persist, you just quit. You quit today, you quit tomorrow, I'll get to it next week. No, no, no. You will not. You will not. You know, what you just shared right now is so true with lots of human beings, men, women alike, children, everybody, because we really want to accomplish a lot in our life, but we don't have definite goals. We don't have definite whys written down, which we see every morning, every night. And when we are doing toothbrush, we talk to the, affirmations and the vision boards. All those things are designed to focus ourselves with what we want to do in our life, what we want to. So the key thing is what you said was that he's been on many webinars. I'm not saying what his name is or like that, but he just got, after many months of repetitive listening, watching, hey, I got to get into real estate. See, that's the number one thing, what you just hit it, because now he's ready. You know, what I find is that when a student is ready, the teacher appears. There are a lot of mentors,
There comes Vinny
lots of.
Chopra. Boom.
No, really, in my life also. I mean, I wanted to scale up and everything from single family, but I didn't know how to. But then when I was ready, then Ken McElroy appeared. David Lindahl appeared. You know, Tony Robbins, I have been following him before for motivation side. That has not been a problem for me. Zig Ziglar appeared. Jim Rohn appeared, right? All these great mentors. But the student, the investor, the individual has to be ready to open that door and let them in into your life. You
I like
got to
this.
say, you like, you got to take action. You please go ahead.
There's a story you tell often about doing your first multifamily deal. I think it was 11 units or 14 units.
Yes,
That
yeah,
that
yeah.
first multifamily deal, and then right away you did like a 80 unit deal like right
109,
afterward.
109 units. Yeah, same
109
week.
units right afterward.
Same week, brother, same week. Look at what my signals were going on, but I worked 11 months consistently with stickability, with persistence, not giving up. Lots of days or weeks we said, no, this deal is not good. This deal is not good. This deal is not good. But we kept on underwriting, get more coaching from our coach. Then the result came, and we
Now,
closed on 14 units on Monday and then 109 units on Friday.
I'm going to memorize these now. It was 14 units on Monday and then 109 units on Friday, but it was 11 months of not just
Yes,
underwriting, you were submitting offers because Vinny,
yes.
I don't know if you know about this epidemic that's happening inside this country, but there are
Uh,
people who underwrite and underwrite and underwrite and underwrite and never submit an offer. And I see it coming out.
LOI.
I won't mention
Yeah,
any of the gurus' names, but there are people who teach
yes,
specifically only underwriting, and
yeah,
then those programs, and there's thousands, Vinny. Unfortunately, because these are very good trainers, but they're
yeah.
not giving the next step. So you have a
So
lot of
true.
people who are underwriting and they think they're doing something, and I have
Hmm.
some in my mastermind. They're underwriting every week, and I'm like, dude, like, but how many offers did you submit? Because they can't close without an offer.
No, I
So you
agree
did
with
this.
you. Can I close
Yeah.
the gap also, brother?
Yes.
It's not underwriting, it's not finding the right deal in the space you want to buy, getting the brokers give you the deals, then you underwrite, you give feedback and LOI, but also be looking at how will you close, how the investors will jump with you to bring the down payment and the closing cost, or do you have money in the bank to do it? So that's the third leg. Is that's where sometimes people are afraid to send LOIs. What if I get accepted? So lots of coaching programs don't take them through the whole thing
Right.
and teach them how to really teach and talk to the investor base. Like in my book, Apartment Syndication Made Easy, I talk about those spinning of the plates.
And
And
you have
those are
that
the,
inside the multifamily academy as well, the syndication academy. It's
yes,
all sitting in
yep,
there, how to talk to investors, what to say to them,
yes,
how your
yes,
PowerPoint, all of it is there. And I think that there's a lot of people who see, oh, I've been doing things, but have you done everything, right? You've done a lot of
yeah.
work, but there is a step missing. So this persistence, there's got to be something. Oh, you have it right next. Okay, sorry. The next note you have in here is believe bigger, act braver, stay longer. So this persistence requires right action and then bigger actions.
I love it. I love it. Last night Mastermind was one of the very best. A lot of people called me, texted me. Danny Lampert, I want to shout out to him. He came in my mastermind 3 years back, 2.5 years back, and then he graduated to one-on-one coaching with me. He will and his wife will build $34 million portfolio in just 2 years. I'm so proud of him. And my team is going to put it on YouTube channel, I think today sometime, and everybody could watch that show. Everybody. And it's going to mind blow you, how somebody not knowing anything about anything in syndication, how they persisted. That's the word today, right? Persisted, stickability. That he's a fireman, and then his wife is a realtor, and he's leaving the job of firefighter in 3 years, fully gone at the end of this year, he told us. He says
So
that
Vinny,
we are able to make so much money. And it's so fabulous to see that happen to one of my very
I
good
got another
friends.
testimonial for you, Vinny. So I just found out
Ah,
we own $30 million worth of real estate because, and
woo,
I won't even say it's just the real estate knowledge you give. For me, it's been the motivation, right? The positivity, the motivation that I get
yes.
from you, the encouragement. But
Ah,
I also think just knowing how much you've done, the systems you talk about, where you had 150 people, staff, property managers, staff, or 185 property managers on staff, and the size of the operation, it made me feel more
yes.
confident with I can go and do these bigger deals. So there's a lot to be said about spending time with people who are doing things at a higher level. And you've given me a lot of inspiration. So if you need a
Oh, thank you,
testimonial
brother.
video, I'll get a testimonial video for you.
I
I
would love
appreciate
that. I would love that, brother. If you don't mind, just do it in a video and send it to me. I would appreciate it. My team is trying to, the message is great, and I can teach people, and people are really doing excelling. And this was so fabulous to hear last night. 38 million or so portfolio net worth has gone X times, many X times. My other very good friend, oh my gosh, no, yeah, Pereira, right? I'm trying to remember his first name. 200 million portfolio, and Dylan Marma, all that, But anyway.
So we're right at the end. I know you and I both have meetings, and for
Yes,
everybody who's
yes,
listening, we do this as Abundance Thursdays. We do it 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. EST. The final note that Vinny you gave me says anyone can start, but
yeah.
legends finish. Your
Hmm.
stick-to-itiveness today is building your legacy tomorrow. For somebody who has not maybe seen the results that they want, there's two
Yes,
reasons. One could be they're not doing the right things,
yeah.
or two, they haven't done it long enough. What is a tip for somebody to know if they're not doing, like, are they not doing enough of the right things, or are they not doing it long enough? How do you self-evaluate your business and yourself?
I would say, I'm so glad you said that. You know, the thing is, it's one thing to say, I'm going to reach that goal. Everybody's got goals, but you got to break those down to systems, to systems. And then sticking to those systems, you could, let's say, if you want to accomplish 100 units this year, we got about 3 quarters left. We are in, April 3rd. Hey,
It feels
today's
easy
our
right now. There's plenty
it's
of time, right?
our anniversary today. 45 years married to my sweetheart today. Really
Happy
excited about
anniversary,
it.
brother.
Thank you. Thank you. It's such a great feeling to be able to stick to, we talk about stickability, right? So sticking to the same partner, and we are so happy with the family and everything. So the key thing is you got to really make those systems, and those systems have to be broken down. If you want to accomplish 100 units today, this year, what will it take? What market? What brokers are you talking to every week? How many calls are you making and underwriting deals? Just like you and I said, an LOI. Are you putting one LOI at least a week or so? Because then only you will be able to have to stick to those systems and activities to achieve your goal. It cannot
So
happen.
powerful.
So the key thing is you can give yourself feedback, slap on your face, or feel and smile every day. Did I do it or did I not do it? Do I have my assistants and other people who are helping me to do this? So it all boils down to systems.
Wow. Vinny, right at the end of the call, you just opened that up. Systems. And you threw a VA out there. You said my assistant. How many operators exist without having an assistant submitting offers all the time using the same fundamentals? If you had for 3 months a VA working for $500 a month, you could have submitted 100 offers in a 3 month
Yeah.
period, as long as you have a
Mhm.
good criteria and you point them in the direction. And these things aren't being done because people are not thinking on the systems
Not thinking.
side,
Yeah.
and they're just afraid of results. I think a lot of that is the case. So Vinny Chopra does have a training today for RAL, Real Residential Assisted Living, today
Yes.
at
10 a.m.
12 p.m., 10 p.m., 10
10
a.m.
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 Pacific.
PST. So that's 1
Yeah.
p.m. So that's starting in like 30 minutes.
If you
So
want to get a ticket, it's free ticket. Just go to Eventbrite. Vinny Chopra, Eventbrite. Yeah.
awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we do this every single week. If you're not on the 52 Weeks of Wealth, go to ibuildmillionaires.com and register. If you haven't already gone and checked out Vinny's free courses, he's done one per week each month. And those are at Eventbrite. Just type in Vinny Chopra and you get into the free webinar while he's still doing it. Remember, Vinny will be turning 73 years young this year.
Yay!
And at
Yes.
some point, his wife may say, no more Zoom calls, no more of those webinars. So, but hopefully, he keeps doing it for a very long time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Abundance Thursdays. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. We're
See
inspired to
you
build
next
100 millionaires.
Thursday.
We're
Yes.
inspired to build
Thank
a
you.
million millionaires. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Walter. See you all next week, 9 a.m. live in all the different channels. And God bless you. Have a fabulous, fabulous day and the weekend. We'll see you next Thursday.